Hi, it's Bill Koenig for Straight Circle Martial Arts. This is how to deal with pushes and pulls when you're small. If you were going to push a heavy cart, like 100 pounds on wheels, you would get down, you would push, and you would drive with your feet, because that's how physics works. So when you face a large person who's trying to just drive you, like a football drive, like what's going on is he's putting his weight on you, he's putting his weight on me, and then if he's bigger than me, and he starts to walk and drive, he's gonna take me down, because I'm not big enough to handle that. What happens is I have to find an angle that's better for me than it is for him. His center of strength is right there in the middle. Right? If he puts his hands together like that, like that's where the strong part is. That's not where I want to be. Ideally, when he does that, I want to be like this. That's the object. So when you're dealing with pushes and pulls, here's my problem, right? When he pushes me, he has leverage. Now what most people do is they rock, right? Which is a sin. When you feel the push, the very first thing you should do is kick your ass out and get your foot back. Because if you don't, no matter how good you are, you're going on your heels. So what I want to do is I want to come to here and take the pressure off. Right? He pushes, I take the pressure off. And I'm on my feet chopping, so when the second move comes, which it inevitably is, I got to be ready to go. What I mean pressure off, if we're pushing against each other like this, right, and he's pushing me, and I maintain this nice slow motion back, keep pushing. All the time he feels pressure through this. But watch, push. I just take a little off. See how his arm kind of accelerates? Because I took just enough. It doesn't have to be like this, right? It's just enough to where you see him come like this. Because you want to take that pressure off so that he leans. But if you maintain a base for him where he can keep pushing, he feels solid and smooth all the time. So you get two pushes in life. You get the big thick guy who's just trying to throw you across the room, where he gives me a real good shove. At that point, I have to chop those feet and be ready. Then you get the second push guy who's using this push as a setup to hit you. When you get that initial push, I should be on my feet and ready to go. My hand should come up, and the secret to this is very important. The minute this touches, don't look at it. Your eyes have to go to peripheral vision. It's like a switch, or it's like a light switch. I feel contact, peripheral vision comes on. Because I don't care about this. This thing's coming, and I'm looking now out of everything to look for punches and kicks, because he's probably gonna punch me. Right? He's going bang, here it comes. So ideally, I'm trying to get off that line immediately. So I get the push, I'm looking, I'm coming in, and I'm getting off that line. But if you notice when I come off the line, he pushed, and I didn't come straight back at him because it's stupid. As he pushes, I need to find that angle and then come in on the angle, ideally. Now again, it depends. Depends on how far he pushed. Sometimes they'll push and it'll go through you, and you don't get that luxury of coming right back in on the angle. Sometimes it's shorter, and then what happens is he's ready, he's gonna punch me, and right away I gotta find another angle to come in, or I have to evade. There are also times, quite frankly, when you get pushed and you're in a bad spot and you're not in a position to recover, and you know that punch is coming and you just gotta get out of there. Right? This is not a cookie cutter formula where you do A plus B equals C. It depends. How deep is he? How much did he knock you? How much did he knock you around? But the point is you have to have enough feet to take the pressure off and maintain your balance so you can move quickly to any side you want. What happens after that is up to you. Kicking, punching, joint, locking, throwing, whatever. I don't care. But if you can't stay up on your feet, you're already in trouble. Now, if he's pulling me, right? Pulls, if he comes in, ideally I just want to go with the pressure. Right? He's pulling, I go with the pressure. Because when he does this, I just want to come in and I want to take it. But if it's a shorter pull, say he grabs me around the neck and he pulls into himself, right? See right there, that was trouble. Because what happened was I was late on the step. So as he pulled me, I was late, I tipped, and he pulled me in. What I want to do is when he pulls, I want to come right into him. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. When I pull into him like this, there's going to be a moment where he off balances. But if he's good, he's going to rebalance quick. And if he does, now we're in that same pushing contest where who's stronger. So what I want to do is the second I get here, I'm going to pivot just a touch. I'm going to show you this with the feet in a second. You pivot and then you come through on an angle this way because he's not as strong on this angle as he is on this angle. So anytime I can get a pivot with my feet and drive him to a position, it's better for me. Because look, now I'm going to pop him. And as I start driving him, I can get openings to start hurting him. Because when I'm being pulled like that, like he's cut my distance off. He pulls in, and what am I going to do, right? It's nonsense. But if I can shift it, tip him a little bit, push him, see the push where I open up? Now I'm in range to start throwing stuff. Now this is very small. If you look, this is the angle of force, right? So he's pushing me or pulling me, and I'm trying to resist him on this plane. This is very short. All I want to do is take my feet and go like this. 1, 2. So if you watch, it's just 1, 2. I was on that angle. Now watch. I'm off the angle. I'm off the angle. It's so quick and so short if you do it right. But you got to get on that angle so you can push it. If he pulls me and pushes, look, if I can get to that angle, I can get to his 1 foot. He gets easier to push. Once he gets easier to push, I can start using things to set up to hurt him. Which, by the way, is why you spent all these years doing this stuff that you probably don't have any idea why you do it. Because we just do it in kata, and then we think it's this in real life, and it's not. This is, we're in tight, he grabs me, I move, look. Now I'm in a position where I can hit him. I use it to move him, or move him a little bit, to get space to hit him. But if he's grabbing really tight, and he pulls in, look, sometimes I can do it, I'm gonna do it nicely. You gotta pop through this, you gotta pop him, and then that comes through. Because I need the space to hit. So, when you're dealing with pushes and pulls, I'm not trying to wrestle with him. Most people want to wrestle, right? We want to wrestle. I don't want to wrestle, I want to hit him. But I can't hit him when he has me all tied up. So if he pulls in, I got to make space. No, look, there it is. Because look, he has my arm, right? I can't punch him here, but I can use my weight to push him. And then all of a sudden this gets very easy to do because I bounced him away. So the point is when you're small, you don't want to get into pissing contests with people. They're bigger and stronger than you. You need to find an angle that's not good for them. And those angles are very small. The biggest problem I find with this is when people go to shift angles, is they step like this and they go on their heels. And all he has to do now is push, and I'm going down. You have to center your weight, kick your feet, and then drive like you're driving, right? You want to drive like a football player driving that guy to get the quarterback. But it's a momentary drive. It's not like you're trying to drive him 20 feet. What you're trying to do is you're just trying to drive him to open him up to start using your offense. So think of this as a violent act, right? I'm trying to hit him. I'm not trying to grab him and throw him and wrestle him around. It's silly. I'm too small. I need to injure him so he lets go. I tell people in class this all the time. 99% of all your problems are in your feet. If you can't shift those angles when you get pushed or pulled, if your feet are sloppy, you can't stay on your toes to make quick motions, you're going to struggle against large, aggressive people who come at you very fast because your feet can't keep up. When they can't keep up, you're going down. So work those feet, find those angles, then start finding all the stuff inside that you should have learned years ago anyways, that most people have no idea what they're doing with it because they practice it out here in the air in their mind. Get inside, use the feet, hit people. You'll have better luck. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Ask questions, leave comments. We've had tremendous growth with this channel recently, and I appreciate everything you guys have done for me. Let's keep it up.